I'm Howard Hale with the Harvest USA Report. I'll be back with a farmer who not only grows malting barley, but has the malting process right on his place, and I'll have him with us in just a moment. But first, let's talk about grain sense. If you're a farmer and would like to know what your grain crop is really worth, here's a way you can do it. It's the Grain Sense portable grain analyzer that allows you, the producer, to measure the protein, carbohydrates, oil content, and moisture of your grain crop in a matter of seconds. That means you have a better idea of what your crop is really worth. You can hear what users have to say about Grain Sense by going to HarvestUSAReport.com and scrolling down to Grain Sense. That's HarvestUSAReport.com. Olander has root and shoot and malting at Loveland, Colorado. They not only malt the barley they produce, but wheat and rye as well. Where does that go? Does that go into beer as well as the malting barley?
It does, and a lot of spirits too, like bourbons and whiskeys and things like that. People are using the malted rye and the malted wheat. Some of it goes into brewing as well. So like the wheat has higher protein usually, and so that's going to give beers kind of more foam, more head retention is what they call that. Gives it a little bit more texture. And then the rye gives like your spirits that spiciness to them. We never thought we'd ever grow rye because that's like a sin, I think. But we've been growing rye for the last 3 years. It's a very interesting crop.
Now, are there some craft distillers then as well?
There are, yep. And that's kind of been a trend in the last few years, probably not nearly as long as the craft brewing industry, but distilleries have started to increase the last 4 years, really.
Producer Todd Olander, who also has root and shoot and malting at Loveland, Colorado. Thanks for joining us for the Harvest USA Report. May God bless, and you come back and join us again, won't you? I'm Howard Hale.